Good evening, Willing. So, we will continue this evening to explore uh, visualization of your own image and how to work with it. So, before we start, I would really like to hear, have you practiced it? Have you even tried it? And some experiences, how it's going. Please do share. Yes, Monica.
I've done it several times, every day, tried to do it every day. Sometimes it's hard to picture myself, but it comes in flashes. So I
Uh-huh.
can see it and then I can't.
Yes,
Is that
that's
correct?
yes, and that's usual.
Okay,
Well,
good.
I mean, when you can hold a steady image, that's a high level of development. It means that you are able to basically uh, 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 to fix all the, not to fix, but to make static all the processes in your consciousness. Right? Like that's really deep level of development and meditation. But it's just fine if it is coming and going. Excellent, excellent. And you can see the whole image of whole body. Unmute you.
Sorry, I
No
clicked the
problem.
wrong button. I can see my upper body. I haven't tried with the lower body yet. I can see until my chest, more or less.
Hmm. Hmm. And face, can you see in more details?
More than I could, yes. More than I
Excellent.
could.
So there is some
Just
improvement with the practice.
practice.
Yes, excellent. Thank you. Thank you, Monica. Yes, Catherine.
So I had that really profound flash of compassion when I did it in the group. And it feels like something big was just done. So when I've been repeating it, I've been kind of looking for a similar experience, but really so much has changed for me with my relationship with myself this week. I think just in that moment, something that, really big happened for me. And I've been finding it a lot easier. Sorry about that. I've been finding it a lot easier to really visualize flow of light through my whole body. And also I've been having, because I've been on the move all the time, I've been having to try and do it while I'm moving, which is quite hard. But I'm definitely getting there. And yeah, so really huge for me. And I'm enjoying doing the practice as well. Like I had such a weird relationship with myself, or at least the way I looked before our last session. So really good. Thank you.
Excellent, excellent. Well, it's also normal that every time you practice it, there is different experience. Because with every second of visualization, your consciousness changes. Because you give a feedback, back information to your inner self in the process of recreating the body. So there is a constant recreation and improvement and development of consciousness. So it's just normal that it changes with time. And tell me, you said you created a flow of light through the image. It came to you as your creative approach, because I didn't share that element.
No, I added it because I was climbing up this mountain and I was a bit fearful about not having enough energy.
Energy.
But I found it, having done the practice about self-image, I found it a lot easier to flow light through specific areas of my body than I had been before.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you. Anyone else would like to share how it's going with image, self-image? No. Okay. Okay. Excellent. So, yes, Luisa.
Can I share, Igor? Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
Can I share?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. My internet's just got a little slight blip. I'm noticing that I can see my skin. They haven't quite got the eyes yet, but I'm getting skin detail, all my freckles and the strangest details. But as I'm noticing that as I'm try to practice this, that I can see things becoming more apparent that are sort of the next thing that I need to overcome, or the next thing that I know that's in my way, because I'm asking Will to show me the flow, and obviously the flow. In order to flow, it shows me the next thing that I. And very, very strange way of showing me, but it's becoming like a easier. It's a completely different approach altogether. Like a instead of like, say, let's say, instead of like snipping the leaves off the tree, it's like hacking the branches. I don't know if that makes any sense.
Yes,
Like
yes.
the from the root, instead of just snipping the bits and pieces off.
Excellent, excellent. And tell me, so you are asking Will to show you the details. What are the next steps to correct? So are you doing some correction in the image?
No, it's not so much correction, but I'm asking Will to help me be in the flow more, to have more flow. So as opposed to the other way around, which I was doing before, showing me what was blocking me, because the more you look for the blocks, more blocks are gonna find. So
Yeah.
I'm asking for more flow, and in doing that, bigger things are being presented that I can process. If that makes more sense? I don't know
Sure.
if it makes more sense,
Sure.
but it feels like this. It feels like there's much more creativity, like tons more creativity flowing through, and this is I find is a huge. Not that I have problems with creative things, but I'm really finding a whole wonderful new avenue of perspective on my creative work, and it's great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay, anyone else want to share? Yeah, okay. So first, I would like to introduce, because what we will do this evening is we will learn how to use this self-image for self-diagnostics and self-correction in a way that you do not split your consciousness, like one part of yourself is judging the other part of yourself, and then trying to correct that other part. So it's basically self-suppression. When you work in this way, you have created this image that represents you. So it's a tool, it's your desktop, you have created. So you are not working on yourself directly, but indirectly through this created self-image. In that way, there is no splitting consciousness, there is no self-suppression, there is no judgment, and you can stay in compassion and love for yourself, and in the same time work on the flaws or improve, even perfect your qualities. So that's the advantage of working with the self-image, as Catherine said. So she wanted more energy, so she created a flow of energy or light through the image, not through the body. And the effect was that body was energized. So not to go into much details how it actually works. Important thing is that it really works. So there are two ways. There are many ways, but two basic and really simple ways how you can induce light into self-image. First way is to send an impulse or impulses of intelligent light from your point of view. For those of you who do not know what is point of view and where it is and how it operates, I will simply explain, first of all, location of point of view. And it's always good to remind ourselves. So point of view is actually true solar plexus, not the navel, not above the navel or below the navel, nowhere in the stomach. True solar plexus is located at the tip of the lower pointing end excuse me, of the sternum, of the chest bone. Chest bone looks like a Roman sword. So the handle is upwards and the sword is pointing downwards. So it is actually the tip of the blade, at the tip of the blade of this sword or sternum, where ribs are meeting. There is like a small, excuse me, like a small triangle. So it is literally at the tip of this triangle pointing downwards, and behind it, actually in the center of the body. So its projection is on the projection on the surface of the body is at the tip of this lower pointing end, downwards pointing end of the sternum. But its real location is in the center. So this is the real center of true will. I am operating in will system with the three basic principles: love, will, and life. That's the Holy Trinity for me. So the center of the chest is the point where we connect with the principle of love. It's like a lens where our love principle is focalized, where our I am is, which is love, or the nature of the love. Tip of the lower pointing end, downwards pointing end of the sternum is the point of will. It's a point where we connect with the principle of will. It's not the source of it. It's a lens which focalizes the will principle. And navel is the point of life. That's the same story, the lens that focalized life energy. So the point where we connect with the principle of life, not the seed or the source. So point of love, center of the chest. point of will is downwards pointing end of the sternum, and point of life is navel. You know, when you make a sign of the cross in Christianity, so we're saying in the name of the Father is the center of the forehead. In the name of the Son, that's exactly point of will, where we put it. And then when we make a full cross, the center of the cross is in the point of I am, or the love point. So the point of will is Son principle, divine Son principle, or will of the God. In that point, we are connecting with a specific principle of will, which is both divine and human. Like we say for Jesus Christ, Son of the God and Son of the man. Two aspects, two principles. So there is divine nature and there is a human nature. And that's why he as a personality serves as a bridge between humanity and divinity. So is the point of will a bridge between the human will and divine will. Actually, there is only one will, true will, and that's free will, unconditioned will. And what is usually called will is basically, I call it self-enforcement. That's not real will. Well, we may call it human will, but that's will produced by through the ignorance of the processes, how focalization of the concentration of attention is done. Through suppression when it's ignorant, and through actualization, affirmation, when it is done in a proper way, from the point of will. So, the first way how we send impulses of intelligent light to our self-image is to send them from the point of will. And basically, point of will in the will system is the main tool, because we work with the will. Will is love in action, active aspect of love. So don't just tell me, I love you, I love you. Do something to show your love. That's how we know that someone loves you. Not necessarily like do something, do some good for me. Express it. Express it through action, through deeds. Words are also action. But I'm more interested in a will principle, that's true will, which is love in action. And true will supports development of life. That's how this will principle is connecting love and life. It serves as a balance between the two and serves both. And when you look at it geometrically, it's in the middle between center of the chest and center of the stomach. Not by chance. Representing equilibrium between these two principles of love and life. So, you simply bring your attention to the point of will, which is in the center of the body, behind the reflected point on the tip of the sternum, and simply feel impulses of light emanating, discharged from the point of view towards the self-image. You can visualize it, you can feel it, or you can just have a notion that's what is happening. I know I'm sending impulses of light from the point of view. Not actually mentally saying it to yourself. It's not self-suggestion. But simply you stay in notion, okay, I have sent impulses of light towards my self-image. Or the best way is to have all three elements combined. Simultaneously you visualize light impulses, feel them, and know that's actually happening. As an effect, you will see your self-image reacting to this induction of living light, having more glow, or other different reactions. So you can send one impulse, lit up your self-image, visualize self-image in one impulse, serial of impulses, or steady flow of light, like laser beam. Or however comes to you. So that's the first way how we can induce living light in our self-image. The second way is to induce living light outside of your body, not sending it from any point in your body, but simply you can say, like you can see that your self-image stands in the pillar of the light. Or one of my favorite visualizations is like my self-image is standing in the waterfall of liquid light. Like liquid crystalline light is falling down in a form of waterfall, soaking the self-image and inducing living light in it. Or whatever comes to you. Living light is everywhere. It's the principle of creation of light. Of life, excuse me. So that's the source form of life, is intelligent living light. So you can see it coming from the sun, from the center of the earth, from the center of the universe, or from anywhere else, from the constellation side. So there are two basic ways how you can induce living light into the self-image, projected, visualized self-image, sending it from your point of view or inducing it outside of you. So you may say internal and external way. And of course, a third way is combination of the two. So you can simultaneously send life impulses from your point of view while keeping your self-image in the flow of light, as Catherine said, like in the pillar of the light or the waterfall or however you visualize it and feel it. That is the healing method. And also development method. Because living light, light of life, carries all the life programs in itself, so it can reprogram and re-establish normal functioning of any tissue, of any organ, and heal the body as well as consciousness, mind. And on the other side, it has development programs in itself. More intelligent light is concentrated in our self-image. Higher the frequency of the carrier wave, basic frequency of our mind, and there is expansion and development of consciousness as well, which is an effect of induction of living light. Yes. So let's do it. Let's practice it. Yes, Luisa.
Just a quick question to simultaneously imagine my image in front of me at the same time, to combine the two, or just the image of me, myself?
Again.
The whole of my body, or the perfect image like we were doing last time together? Must we do them simultaneously?
So you visualize whole of your body
Okay.
and simultaneously induce light internally and externally, meaning you are sending impulses from the point of view and also creating a pillar of light, for example.
Yeah, that I definitely understood that. I'm just saying on the level of the detail that we were trying to see ourselves in front of ourselves like last time. Correct.
Okay.
Okay. Fantastic.
So more details you see, the better. More you make this self-image real for you. Eventually, it should look like a photograph. Like you're really looking at yourself. Like your eyes are open and you are looking at yourself in the mirror. Yeah. That's a goal. Okay. Okay, thank you. So let's practice. Sit comfortably. You can close your eyes. Allow yourself to breathe normally, abdominally. Inhalation, stomach is going up. Exhalation, stomach is going down. Normal breathing pace. Bring your attention to the center of the chest. Feel this basic feeling, I am. Feeling of your own self. Its independent presence, totally effortless, gentle, yet strong. As you keep your focal point of presence In the center of the chest, you will feel how this feeling of emness, I am feeling, is expanding throughout the body. From the top of the head to the tip of the toes and fingers, front, back, whole body. Now bring your attention to the point of will that is in the center of the body, within the body, behind the downward pointing angle of your sternum. Just stay in this place. Feel the same presence that you feel in the center of the chest, in this point of will. Feel how this point, this space, is opening up. Any possible spasm is released. Find the same or similar feeling of I am that you have in the center of the chest, in the point of will. From the point of will, project the image of yourself in front of your body, having the same body position as your body sitting in a chair or standing. So project the image of your body in the same position as your body is right now. Simply look at it. First look in the eyes. Until you feel that the eyes of self-image is looking at you as well. See your face with as many facial characteristics you can visualize, and create the image from the head below, image of the whole body. as many details as possible. Without any strain or effort, simply allow your body image to appear in front of you. It is projected from your point of view, so your simple will to invoke as many details as possible will do the trick. Now feel the same I am feeling you're feeling in the center of the chest, in the center of the chest of this visualized self-image. You simply know that the same I am feeling abides in the center of the chest, in the point of love of your visualized self-image. Feel the resonance between these 2 points of love, original and reflected, projected point of love. Connection, oneness, love, compassion, smile to yourself. Relax in this simple presence of existence, of inner self, simultaneously in your body and in the visualized self-image. Now look more closely to your self-image. What are the parts of the self-image that you do not see so clearly, that you have issue to visualize? Not simple details, but is it a part of the body, like part of the arm, or a stomach, or lower back, or a knee, or an eye? Part of the body that you need to focus and concentrate more in order to visualize it. Remember these parts that are more difficult to be visualized within the contour of your self-image. Now, send one impulse of light, of intelligent living light, from your point of view and lit up whole self-image in front of you. Just one flash of light. Then another impulse. And another impulse. Now start sending a serial of impulses of light that are concentrating intelligent light in your self-image. Your self-image will start to glow. You can see it with your mind's eye, or feel it, or simply know it, or all three combined. Now, there is a steady stream of intelligent light emanated from the point of view, concentrating intelligent light in your self-image. Pay special attention, focalize intelligent light to those parts of your self-image that you had difficulty to visualize. By simply paying attention to them, all self-image is lit up with intelligent light, but especially you concentrate on those parts. Until intelligent light is evenly distributed throughout the self-image. Now stop with sending light impulses from a point of view and create a pillar of light around your self-image, like your self-image is held within the pillar of light. Give yourself time to clearly visualize this pillar of light, to feel it and clearly know it is there. This pillar of light is created by the downward flow of light, continuous flow of intelligent light. So your self-image is soaked within it. And starting to shine even more. Feel how this flow of light intensifies, accelerates, and pay special attention. Focus on the parts of the self-image that you had issue to visualize. Now, with one act of will, bring your self-image into your physical body. Feel different sensations in the body as your self-image now full of concentrated intelligent light is abiding in your physical body. Sharing the living light with your cells, organs, the whole body. Pay special attention to those parts of your body that you had issue to visualize. Feeling any sensations there. Simply bring your focal point of presence into those parts of your body. Feel the living light concentrated in your body, coming from everywhere and expanding into infinity. Your whole body is now one focal point of intelligent living light of life. Thank you. Will anyone would like to share your experience with this practice of healing and induction? Yes, Sharon, please.
I'm still not quite back, but it was just I found it really difficult to see myself in front of myself. But then when I connected with my eyes, then I could see myself, and the bits I found difficult to visualize were my hands, and they just didn't seem to want to show. But then when we were bringing in the light, it almost felt like every particle just became light and merged with myself even before my I was looking at myself, but I then became myself, and it was just all light. And when you said to put your yourself in yourself, it just literally turned round and just went straight in, no messing. It was like really quick, and everything was buzzing. And then when I was focusing on the hands, because I had difficulty, what was coming in was lots of ancestors that have passed and all their energy as well, I felt coming in. And it was really interesting. They were there almost observing the practice, if you like. And it was beautiful to see them there. It was just amazing, but it was everything just became light and was just shining so brightly. So thank you.
You're welcome. Excellent. So, if I understood you clearly, you said that while you were working with your self-image, you also simultaneously already felt in the body different sensations and a flow of the light. Yes?
Yeah, I just became the light as well. It like just merged
Yes.
instantly. It was just all one. There was no physical body. The only thing that stayed physical in my image was my hat.
Okay, so concentrate more on your hat. Excellent, excellent. Thank you so much. An excellent experience. Thank you. Anyone else would like to share? Yes, Maureen.
I found that very clear and quite wonderful and really enjoyable. I'm a very visual person, and I could visualize every square centimeter of me, warts and all, every bit. I looked everywhere I could think of, and I could see me. You know, every bit, every mark, every scar, every bit of tissue, everything was just there. I couldn't find anywhere on my whole self that I couldn't see clearly. And I thought, oh God, at my age, you don't need to look too clearly. But it was absolutely beautiful and it was lovely. I was also doing something similar with Mel last week. So I think I was tuned into this exercise because it was so powerful what I did with Mel. And it was absolutely wonderful when the other me stepped in, and it was like getting a power boost. It was just this beautiful whoosh jolt of power and energy and of possibility going right through your body. And then the icing on the cake was the very end, where we just sent it all out and merged with the universe. It was just perfection. So thank you.
Thank you. Excellent work, Maureen. Excellent work. Thank you. Yes, Catherine.
I just wanted to concur with Maureen about the this idea of possibility and potential, because I had exactly the same thing. It was like towards the end, when we'd merged, it was like there was just infinite potential for my whole life and my creativity, and it was like almost my life starting all over again. It was really powerful.
Like a new birth in light.
Yeah. Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you. Excellent. Yes, Louisa.
I had a beautiful experience of the light coming through the parts that I couldn't see of myself, and then of course when I turned round, it happens very fast that it goes, oh yes, I belong here, boom, I'm in, and then I had this beautiful like a opening inside of me of almost a cave with this very very deep but meaningful deep water like in this cave, and it was like I knew the cave was bottomless. The water went like right down into as far as possibly could go, and I was like, woo. The depth of this feeling was like maybe a little bit too profound. I don't know. It took me by surprise. Is this a normal thing?
Yes, it's excellent. And tell me, so those parts of your body that you had an issue to visualize clearly at the beginning, how they felt when you have brought your self-image back into the body?
It was like a vacuum, and it was full. The vacuum was like sucked into the water.
Aha,
Yes.
I understand. Like they were filled with this water, yeah?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. And this water you feel as a presence, as an energy, as awareness, as a
yes, as a deep, deep knowing.
knowing.
Yes.
Excellent. Excellent work, Louisa. Thank you.
I'm going to my recovery room now.
Yes. Thank you. Anyone else would like to share? Yeah, okay. So thank you so much for your kind presence and our co-work together, yeah? And see you in 10 days.